Coming back, episode 8, the show that has no name. This is the Brian Welch video blog. I'm your host, Brian Welch, as always. Who says we don't have any production value? Who says? Not me. Not you. You're still watching. Hey, guess what? We got our AC fixed. It's fantastic. I'm sitting here in a climate-controlled palace. Is it 85 and humid out there while I'm enjoying this nice weather? No. Is it 92 and sticky while I'm here in the Fortress of Solitude? Nope. 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 Rainy and 55. We got it fixed just in time. Today's show, of course, brought to you by Stanford and Son. You think when there's an earthquake out there in Palo Alto, they're like, oh, this is the big one, I'm coming. I don't know if that was Red Fox or Bill Cosby. But anyway, last time you tuned in, where were we? Oh yes, I was right over there. Because I had a 12-hour probation period between buying the Clippers and being able to use them. Not the Los Angeles Clippers, I didn't buy them. They might be going for cheap now, I don't know. But, I woke up in the morning and I attached the attachment. And the lowest setting of the Clippers was like 3/4 of an inch. Like, that's way too long. I'm going to look like an idiot if I just have 3/4 of an inch all over my head. I mean, it'll be... Like, I got a buzz cut a couple weeks ago and then just decided not to maintain it. So I was like, well, I gotta go to work. Tomorrow, however, I have the day off. So I'll figure out something then. I'll go back someplace and get it fixed. And so I kind of asked around a little bit that day, and I finally decided, all right, I'm going to go against my better judgment. I'm going to go to Lady Jane's. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. You've probably heard these commercials. It really, turned me off to the whole franchise, because it's this guy, he's like, Lady Jane's, get your haircut like a man. Get treated like a man. I was like, I've never felt sitting in another hair cuttery that I wasn't being treated like a man. Like, somebody started cutting out, like, excuse me, the name's Brian, not Brienne. Thank you. And I was like, I don't understand. And then the owner has this thing. He's like, Lady Jane's, it's freaking awesome. And it's like, this, if they're doing well, it's despite themselves. Despite his best efforts to undermine his own business, he's succeeding. And I was really embarrassed when I pulled into the parking lot and I sort of walked towards the Jimmy John's next door, and then like the last second just kind of veered in, like, oh, I guess I might as well check this out while I'm here. And you walk in and the music is a little loud, but that's okay. I got over it. And you go in and you sign in at this computer terminal, which I had never seen at a hair cuttery before. And so I signed in and asked for like your email. I haven't gotten anything from them. I don't know what they did with it. But then you can choose your stylist, and it has the name and a headshot. And which is like not ever having been there before. I've got to choose a stylist based on just a name and a headshot. And it's just like, what are you supposed to? Well, Cindy looks like she cuts a good head of hair. And so thankfully, there's a button that's just next to available. So I click that and it says, "Thank you. You may have a seat. Will you wait?" So I turn my back, I spin on my heel, and I walk back to one of the Barca loungers that they have in the waiting area, and the young woman behind the terminal stands up and she says, "Brian, I can take you right now." That's what I was afraid of. And so we went back, and her name was Carla. She was very lovely, very nice. And they make all these girls wear high heels and dresses, and I just felt so bad. Like, you work a full shift like that? That sounds horrible. Anyway, I got past that. Carla was very friendly. She was very good at small talk, which is more than I can say about a lot of places I've been. Not just barbershops, just anywhere. Be decent at small talk, people. It's not hard, unless you're like me and you worry about the double messages that you say with anything you ask. Most of you aren't. You can do just fine. And it was a little strange because Carla... I feel like I'm on a first-name basis with her. We just hit it off so well. Carla had a strapless dress on, which is always a little awkward for me because every now and then you'll have to do that sort of thing where like you grab it like right into the armpits and kind of hike it up a little bit, and that's always just very uncomfortable for me. It's like, well, I feel like I look away a little bit, like, just take your time and do it. We don't want a wardrobe malfunction here. But I got over that, and then she started asking me, like what sort of breasts I like, and that was very that did not happen. I would have literally withered with embarrassment had that happened. Oh my God, why are we talking about this? Can I just go? I don't care if you're not done. So thankfully that didn't happen, and much to my relief, at some point during our conversation, she was, blah blah blah, and my husband and I was just like, this weight had been lifted off my shoulders because I was so panicking. Like, what if she actually was into me and I undertipped her and I totally blew it? What if I thought she was into me and I overtipped her trying to impress her and she was like, what's this guy's problem? What if I tipped her about the average amount but I winked and said, I've had better? Is that sending mixed messages? I'm really bad at subtleties. But anyway, she finishes cutting my hair, fixing the mistakes, the problems. She goes, I gotta tell you, this is not a very good haircut. And I almost said, well, I just did it myself. But no, I was like, I understand, yeah, I won't be going back to that establishment. And then, so they wash your hair afterwards, which I was always used to doing it before. So I was like, okay, this is fine. And she's telling me, to relax and lean my head back in the base. And first of all, I'm very self-conscious about my Adam's apple. When I'm back at an angle like this, I feel very exposed. And when I'm back, when my head's back that far, I can't even swallow with like tilting my head back up a little further. You could kill me by just craning my head back at that angle for long enough. I wouldn't be able to eat or drink. And so I was like, okay. And she's like, I feel bad. We have guys in here sometimes that are in shirts and ties and they're getting their hair cut on their lunch break. And they have to go back to work and look at like a wet shirt from tilting my head up. And I was just like trying to imagine if you're on lunch and it's like, well, I've only got a half an hour, so I hope you don't mind if I eat this Big Mac while you're cutting my hair. And it's just like, do you want a bite? You look like you'd use a bite to eat. You look, I can't finish. Do you want some fries? I'm stuffed. I can't. Are you sure? Are you sure you don't want any? I mean, because I'm just gonna throw it out. All right. I'll take care of it. Okay, just keep cutting. And so we wrap up, and she was looking for like a business card or something to give me. I guess because I was such an enjoyable client, she wanted to make sure that she picked me up again next time I came in, and she couldn't find one. So she takes like a piece of registered paper, like feeds it out, rips it off, and writes her name, Carla. She's and I'm here Thursday through Sunday, so she writes Thursday-Sunday. And then writes Lady Jane's on the bottom. Like, I was going to forget. Like, I have so many slips of registered paper with women's names and day ranges on them. I would be like, Carla, Thursday through Sunday. Don't remember what that was for. No, Carla, you're the only one. It's going to be okay. I'll figure it out. And so I laughed, and I was just like, well, I mean, I guess that wasn't so bad. They could tend to change their advertising campaign, but in all, I would say, saw Lady Jane's Hair Cuttery for Men, liked Lady Jane's Hair Cuttery for Men. I would say see Lady Jane's Hair Cuttery for Men. Tune in next time. I don't know what I'm going to be talking about. Neither do you. We're in the same boat. I like to keep it very relatable. I'll see you guys later.